Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches. This is my first video after Vlogmas. I will say I forgot to make one for day 25. It's Christmas, you guys. So at the end of this video, I will put the clip where I opened my advent calendar day 25. I have gotten some really good crochet time since, you know, the hullabaloo of Christmas and going to all the different families' houses. Sunday was still a little bit hectic because we still had Christmas to celebrate at my dad's house and that side of the family. But then starting Monday, which was just yesterday according to this video, I got some good crochet time in. Okay, so I thought I would show you the things that I was making and yeah, just give you an update. So while I was on Christmas break up at the resort, I made one hat. I started another hat and I just felt like I was using that fancier yarn that I got at Fiber Yarn Shop in Nina, but it was really too thin. It wasn't a worsted weight, and so it was coming up really small. So I ended up frogging that. And then I decided I was gonna finish, that's right, you guys, I finished a whip. I'm so proud. It rarely happens. This is my Tunisian crochet project that I've been carrying around in my bag since maybe June or July, after I learned the Tunisian crochet, let's see if I had it real close up here. After I learned that Tunisian crochet technique from Vicky Howell, I'll put a link for Yarn Yang. I believe in the June subscription box, I decided to make a baby blanket with it. So this is oh, you guys, it's so beautiful. This is 2 cakes of Troll. And so what I did is I started with one color, actually down here, and then I made sure when I was on my other cake that I started with an opposing color, so you would be able to see the Tunisian brick. So, and I think that's what it's called, simple Tunisian and a brick pattern. So that is the Tunisian side. For the border, because as you can see, it's curling. You see that? It's curling real bad. I decided to do the crab stitch. So I did a single crochet, just a good old-fashioned crochet. I twisted off the end and just single crocheted all the way around. And then I did the crab stitch. And for those of you that are new to crochet, it's a backwards single crochet. So rather than working from left to right, you're working from right to left. You're still going through the technique of going through the stitch, yarning over, pull through, have 2 loops, pull through 2. You're still doing that, but it makes it look twisted because you're going backwards. However, it didn't do much for the curling. It's still curling. So next step is I'm going to try to block it. Now, I've heard 2 schools of thought on blocking. I've heard you only block natural fibers because natural fibers are like hair on humans. They have memory. You can take them, and once they're wet, you can put them how you want them to be, and they'll stay that way. And then I have heard some people say you can block anything. And then I've heard some people say block with steam or hot, but then I've heard people say it's bad for acrylic, and this mandala obviously is acrylic, so I just thought I'd give it a shot, you guys. I'm going to get out my expensive Knit Picks blocking mats. I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to wet this down. I'm going to pin it in hopes of straightening out because it only curls on this horizontal. It doesn't curl, as you can see, on the sides. The sides are nice. And then there's the bottom, curling. Now this is the back. The sad thing about Tunisian is that, I mean, the back is nice, but it doesn't look like the front, as you can see. They look very different front and back. So enough being said, the baby blanket, Tunisian crochet baby blanket is done. I just have to try blocking. I'm not going to try heat or steam or iron blocking. I'm going to just do the wet, pin it, and let it dry. Okay, so I finished a whip. Hooray! That is amazing. Next thing I did was I took, and I don't have any on the skein to show you, Cream and Sugar, I believe, Peaches and Cream, has a cotton scrubby yarn mix. And so I made some face cleaners This is the first one I did that had 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. And I just crocheted and let the yarn go where it did. So it started out, as you can see, with a cotton center and then this like little blip. And then it's scrubby yarn. And this whole inside here is cotton and the outside is scrubby yarn. And I made 2 circles and sewed them together. Then I decided to make them smaller. This one is almost all cotton on the back. And this is just a simple circle. There's nothing fancy. There's no pattern. I think I'll put a link in the description to me making one of these. What I do is I just start with a magic loop and I do 10 double crochets and then I do 20, 2 in each, and then 2 in each over here for 40. And then I make 2 discs and I single crochet all the way around. Do you see that? Now I have a friend at school whose dad passed away and left her a shed. And she's looking to do something with her sisters called a pop-up shop. And I'm not necessarily sure of the details, but she's asked if I would make loofahs and these little thingies. So I thought I would make these little thingies. I'd put facial scrub things, maybe tie them in a little stack with a ribbon or go to the Dollar Tree and get like a little glass something to put them in. And then if she sells them, great. If she doesn't, great. But I just thought I would see what it looks like. This one ended up being a little small because I was running out of yarn. And so I switched down half a hook size and you can tell that that one is smaller. Okay, so that was the second thing I've done yesterday. Finished my Tunisian. I made 5 face scrubbies. And then I started making a pair of mittens. This is my most favorite. Oh, I love these mittens. Aren't they beautiful? This is my most favorite yarn for making mittens. And I'm going to show you what this yarn is. Before the end of the week, all of my kids and my niece and nephew and the neighbors, I'm sure, will be wearing mittens. This is Premier Puzzle yarn. And then also you can get a yarn very similar to this from Michael's. I want to say called Copenhagen. And that's, I wish I had one. Actually, I think I do. Lenny, can you grab me that mitten on the floor? Last time I made these, I made it with the Copenhagen yarn from Michael's. And this is the blue variegated. And this yarn is coming up very similar. Look how cute it is. So luckily for the boys, I have a brown yarn. So I'm going to make a bunch of pink mittens, pink purple mittens. I'll make a bunch of brown mittens. And I mean, I've been wearing these mittens now for 2 years and they're warm, actually very warm, not water resistant though. So all I have left to do, as you can see on these mittens, is make the thumb. Right now my thumb is hanging out. And this is a very simple pattern. You start by making a ribbed cuff in a hook size that's about half size down. Hey, Flinny, do you mind shutting the door now? Thanks, buddy. And then you switch to a hook that's a half size bigger. And this is laid out flat like this. And you just crochet back and forth. You follow the pattern to make the thumb gusset into the decrease up for the hand. And then when you're all done, you sew across the top all the way down the side. And now all I have to do is sew the little thumb on. I'm gonna have to dig into my yarn because I was trying to decide, do I want my thumb, do I want it to match the color yarn that it comes out of? So this one on a pink and this one on that like variegated, or do I want to just pull any random color? I don't know. This this mitten pattern, I've looked for it before and I have a really hard time finding it. It's a Bernat pattern, Bernat Softee Chunky Mittens and Scarf. I've never made the scarf. That's what the gal looks like. I'll see if I can find it again to put a link in the description. So far it looks like I'm going to put a link in the description to how I make these scrubbies. I'm going to put a link in the description to Yarnier. I'm going to put a link in the description, hopefully, for this mitten pattern. And then also at the end of this video will be me opening day 25. Now, I will show you my progress on the advent calendar. It's really not that very much. All I did was weave in my ends, because as you know, with all those color changes, there was like a million ends hanging off the side. So I was watching The Witcher season 2, and I wove in all my ends. Now, I'm going to give you a little recommendation on The Witcher. Season 1 is very sexy, so if that offends you, don't watch it. But season 2, none of that's happening. It's normal, but there is a lot of gore. The Witchers are fighting monsters. It's disgusting. But the overall storyline is pretty good. So if you're not afraid of disgusting, I suggest watching The Witcher. So I did that while weaving in my ends. I just have, I think, 2 more rows of a different color to do on this side. And then I got to do the same that I did on this side over here, just in different colors. And I really hope to just sit and work straight on that. I'm going to start as soon as I'm done, probably stay up a little bit late. I think the only other thing that we have to do this Christmas break is Jared possibly has an open gym tomorrow. I don't know if he'll want to go. If he does go, I want to pop by school and take down the Christmas decorations so that when we come back in from January, I don't know what else I want to do. I guess that's really all I want to do is go to school for at least an hour to tidy up the Christmas put all the decorations and lights down. So that's it. That's all I've been doing, just crocheting. Pretty excited about it. I really love making these mitten patterns. At one point I had made a smaller one for Flynn, but I never wrote down the changes I made, and so now I don't know how. I can't find a cute kid pattern mitten as simple as this online. So there's that. All right, that's the end of this video. I won't be making one every day again. Vlogmas is done, people. As exciting and fun as that was, it was a little exhausting. Okay, so remember, after this I'm going to smash in the Christmas. Maybe I'll just stop this video, put it in, and then end it. Are you ready? Okay, we finally made it to day 25. Hopefully there's a big present in this one. Day 25 has some white yarn and a Crochet Society Santa. It says Santa, little crocheter. And hopefully I read that right. All right, well, that was super fun. This side, of course, is like a present bag, and on this side is a bunch of little tiny drawers. I'm very excited with the Advent calendar. Like I said, I know some people who have had some unfortunate luck in regards to their Advent calendar, but overall, I've been very lucky or blessed. Mine came in good condition. All the drawers worked. There was a treat in every single one of them. I didn't have any duplicate. Sometimes it's a little tough to get the drawer back in, but to be honest, I'd rather that, because as the years go on that I use it for other things, it would be sad if the drawer like fell apart. So being stiff now, I think maybe lasts longer. But I was very happy with this. Now, of course, I'm behind in the Advent blanket. Don't be surprised. Hopefully by the time it's time to go back to school on the 4th, that I will be caught up. All right, I hope you enjoyed Vlogmas with me and the Advent calendar. Bye. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.